Evening, good afternoon. Welcome back again to Cannon for the TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. It's now the evening show over here, in Cannon for the TV land. We're going to be reviewing the news early on today with a little bit more sauce. Florian Balogun news. Florian Balogun news. I'm sure you guys were waiting for Florian Balogun news. Now, you waited for Thomas Partey news, weren't you? There's no Declan Rice news here. But we're going to be reviewing that as well as some other bits and pieces. We'll also be going into and onto the platform to check out the latest poll that we have done and some other bits and pieces. Some other bits and pieces on Canon for TV. Yes, welcome back indeed to Canon for the TV, where we're on transfer season, the silly season. But just click the like button somewhere down here, somewhere down here. Also, if you want to come into the live chat, let me know your thoughts about all the action, all the transfers, or the lack of transfers, and so much about the incomers. What about the outgoings? There's not been any outgoings so far, has there? Has there been any? Not any outgoings as far as I'm aware anyway. But let's get straight into this one. So the first news segment of the evening, Arsenal chief Edu eyeing up 6 player sales to fund latest Mikel Arteta transfer. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta will need to trim his squad before launching a bid for £40 million rating attacking midfielder Mohamed Kudus. The Gunners have spent £200 million in this summer to sign Kai Havertz, Ewan Timber, and lately Declan Rice. The latter player became the most expensive British footballer of all time when his £105 million transfer from West Ham was finally finalised earlier this month. Now, Kudus, the midfielder, is one of the most exciting young playmakers in Europe after 3 impressive seasons with Ajax. The Ghanaian international scored 18 goals and provided 7 assists for the Dutch side in the Eredivisie League last season and scored 2 goals in the World Cup in Qatar. Now, Arteta is keen to add Kudus, allegedly, to his squad, but will need to say goodbye to some of the first team players. There's claim that 6 stars could be heading for the exit door. Kieran Tierney, Cedric Suarez, Nico Pepe, Abasam Congo, Nuno Tavares, and Rob Holding could all leave the Emirates in the coming weeks. Now, as reported by the Daily Mail, Arsenal sporting director Edu has advised Arteta that he will need to trim the squad down in order to finance the purchase of Musu. Now, I tell you what, I mean, Daily Mail says that, but I think, is it not obvious? We know we need to see some players leaving. Is it? I mean, it's one thing to have the numbers, but it's one thing to have quality in numbers and depth. So if you're saying literally you want to buy these players, you're going to have to sell some of the players. I mean, Nico Pepe is not is surely he's got to be on the top of the list there. Surely. Anyway, Arteta can balance the books by getting rid of Deadwood, putting Tierney, age 26, in the category. It's harsh because he's done well during his 4 years. I can't believe it's been 4 years. 4 years since the Scotland international had actually fallen behind Alexander Zinchenko in the pecking order. Tierney still has 3 years left on his contract, allowing Arsenal to command £35 million for his services. Now, Newcastle are the front favourites to sign the former Celtic left-back, although he's still been linked with likes of Man City and Real Madrid in the past. Cedric Suarez, another one, age 31, spent the second half of last season on loan at Fulham and has just a year remaining on his deal. Like Suarez, Pepe is also out of contract in the June of 2024 and completed a loan spell at Nice last term. Arsenal are unlikely to recoup anywhere near the valuation of £72 million, the former record side for Arsenal. They paid for him. Suarez and Pepe have both been left out of Arsenal's squad the pre-season tour of the United States, and also Lokonga, but we know literally the reason why, because he is injured. Tavares is another player missing a tour of the United States. He has 2 years left on his contract and is expected to complete a permanent transfer over the next few weeks. It's thought that West Ham and Galatasaray are interested in signing him. Now, the final player who's likely to leave the Emirates apparently is Rob Holding, according to the Daily Mirror. And Arsenal have already rejected a £2.5 million bid from Besiktas for the 27-year-old who has fallen behind Ben White, Gabriel Magalhães, William Saliba, and lately Jakub Kiwior in the pecking order. The arrival of Timber will only further limit Holding's opportunities at Arsenal. I tend to disagree on that last point there. Do you know what? I still think that Rob Holding, you might agree or disagree with me, but I still think Rob Holding has a part to play. We need squad numbers, don't we? Squad numbers. Still only age 27. Hasn't been able to hold down a regular, place in the first team, but he's a squad player. And don't say, oh, but he let us down last season because when William Saliba was out injured. Remember playing against Sporting Lisbon? Rob Holding came in and he didn't do well. But the quality is so sparse, isn't it? It's obvious. William Saliba is not a Rob Holding, and Rob Holding is not William Saliba, but a squad player nonetheless. All right. The second news segment, which I thought was kind of funny, to be honest. This, I don't know what this is. What is this? God dare me. Well, Arsenal have launched their bold new, talk about bold, new away kit for the up-and-coming season. To less than universal approval, the North London club renewed their association with Adidas 4 years ago. God, time's gone so quick. And have delivered a series of outstanding popular kits. Now, what I'm going to say is, do you remember when the banana skin away kit came out? And even then we were saying, oh, look at it, it's horrible. It's disgusting. And what is it now? It's a classic kit now, isn't it? And I have no doubt that sometime in a distant future, we might be saying the same thing about this kit here. But for now, not for me. But there is a history behind the design, apparently. Yeah, the design for the upcoming campaign features a return of sorts to yellow as a predominant colour. I was like, yellow? My goodness. With a series of black squiggly lines causing a consternation and headaches in equal measures. But explain the inspiration behind the garish design. Also said in a statement that it coincided with the launch. The eye-catching shirt features fluid black lines inspired by the map of Islington. Oh, that's what it is. The map of Islington. Who would have thought? Yeah. The design apparently represents a journey supporters make at the club's home borough for away days on the road. A fresh shock yellow base colour is complemented by light blue accents that feature on the collars and sleeves. Well, anyway, Gabby Martinelli says, I love it. I just love it. Do you really like it, Martinelli? Really? I don't think you do, man. Don't think you do, you little liar. But again, like I said, I'm sure that this design sometime in the long future will become a classic kit for some, but not for me. Bruised banana! Anyway, the last news segment. Yeah, is it breaking news? Is it breaking news? Yeah, it could be. Well, listen, Pepe Balogun has insisted he is cool, relaxed, and collective over whatever decision is taken on his future at Arsenal. Demand a £50 million transfer fee for his services. Now, Inter Milan are leading the chase for with RB Leipzig, AC Milan, and Crystal Palace among the other clubs interested in Arsenal striker. And apparently Inter has been pushing and pursuing a deal for Romelu Lukaku, but now have changed tact after seeing 2 bids rejected by Chelsea. I tell you what, just to cut a long story short, Florent Balogun, I've just seen him some still shots of him out in the States. If Arsenal do sell him, it could be one to come back and bite us. If we sell him to a Premier League club, I mean, imagine he'll be geared up and ready to go all guns blazing against Arsenal, won't he? I'm not going to even entertain the question, should he stay or should he go? Because we've spoken about that already. My opinion is he should stay. We're a little bit short for strikers, to be honest. I mean, Gabriel Jesus, he's not going to give you 20 plus goals per season, is he? And it's kind of nice to see that the goals last season were spread amongst the wingers and the attackers that we've got there. Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Erdegaard scored some goals. Gabriel Jesus scored some goals. So yeah, but I would still like to see an out and out striker that can give Arsenal something different. Balogun, gotta keep Balogun. You know, when you got your plan A and the plan A is not working, and even apart from that, having the competition amongst the strikers. So if one is like gone off form or not putting their weight, hoik him off and put on Balogun. It should be as simple as that. But Balogun has already said, do you know what? I ain't going out on loan. He will not be going out on loan. So he's going to force Mikel Arteta's hand, isn't he? And you probably don't realise this, but Eddie Nketiah and Balogun, they both have the same agent. Go figure. These have been the news segments now currently running on Canon 40 TV. We've just been reviewing the news of the earlier segment with a little bit of Balogun-esque news on the platform. So what you can do, I see like the live chat has kind of been populated somewhat. I'm pointing to my TV, not my TV, to the live chat here. I feel like a weatherman. Come into the live chat. Yes, I'm talking to you, just watching me over here. Come into the live chat. I want to know your thoughts about Balogun, Eddie Nketiah, all the 6 players that we spoke about there who could be heading for the exit door. That's Rob Holding, Yo Tavares, Samuel Congas, etc., etc., etc. Do you agree with the list, or do you think there should be maybe more players or less players on that list? I don't know. Your heart's content. Right, so what we need to do now, we need to go into our Twitter feed and see if there's been any comments there thus far. John Nagiza is so mischievous. Yeah, Arsenal's new signing. He's great. Thank you for that, John Geezer. All right. Apart from that, let's look on the platform and see the latest poll that we did 2 days ago, and it was in regards to Declan Rice. Should Declan Rice be given the captain's armband? I mean, you've got your archetypal, captain in Martin Erdegaard, who's the pin-up boy of Arsenal. I kind of get it. Who leads by example. He's not a shouter. He's not a shouter, but I like my captains to be a shouter. Yeah. So that's why I'm asking the question. So we have received over 1,000 votes, 9 comments, and 25 likes. 17% of you said Declan Rice should have the captain's armband. And 83% said, Alex, are you crazy? Declan Rice has just come in. It's just come in. I can give him the captain's armband. I'm just asking the question. Just asking the question. All right. So I believe we can now go into the live chat for the first time on this evening show over here. I've been told don't talk too loud. Keep my voice down. What's this world coming to? Anyway, first up, we've got John Nagiza Guna. This is the evening Gunas, and even to you, John Nagiza Guna. The Assemble, good evening, says, good evening, Alex. I'm a tad worried if we can't sell who we want to sell. Do you think there is a chance that players we shouldn't sell could be cherry picked by other teams? Yeah, of course. Of course, I just spoke about Balogun. Yeah. But I don't know, what do you think about Balogun, Assemble? Do you think he should be on the exit list, or do you think we should do everything possible? I say we, but Mikel Arteta should do everything possible to keep this youngster. But it's very possible. But I'm thinking about the players, young players, who probably still have something to prove. So for me, it's Samuel Conga, Tavares. The list might go on and on. But Nico Pepe, I've said it 2 seasons ago that he doesn't have any future at Arsenal. Doesn't. Cedric Suarez, another player. To me, I will keep him because he's kind of versatile. He can play left back, right back, wing back. Keep him. Keep him. Why not? We need squad depth. It is as simple as that. Now, with Florent Balogun, again, I've seen some still photos of him, again, looking very, very relaxed. Very, very relaxed, irrespective of what's going on in the background. You know, he did say, well, I'm cool, whatever happens. I leave it up to the powers that be. But you know what? I won't be going out on loan again. I thought, wow, yeah. Put the onus on the manager now. Yeah? He can't do anything more than that, apart from try and fight for the first team place. But that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Oh, listen, good evening, 4-2 Arsenal. Oh, there you go, there you go. Mike, good evening, good jobs, brother. Thanks for information. Always thank you, my brother. I do appreciate that. I tell you what, it's always good to get those comments. I mean, I get the odd silly comment that I don't pay no attention to, but people are going to have their own opinion, aren't they? But when I get those comments there, I thought, yeah, it's still worthwhile doing the podcast, Canon 4 TV. It is. It still has something to offer. That's what I'm going to say anyway. Junior Martin, good evening to you. Says, based on Islington borderlines, would you buy it? I wouldn't. I would not buy it. Nah. The shirt is a map of Islington, apparently. I think it will suit a... Born and bred in Islington, man. Born and bred. Yeah, all those places. Canonbury, you know. Oh my goodness. Essex Road, Union Road, the Chapel Market, all them areas used to be my ends. But no longer. No longer. But born and bred, man. Islington born and bred. Evening, John. The squad looks okay, but here comes a tricky bit, sending the right players without weakening the squad. Remember, we need to sell before we can further enhance the quality of the squad. I think someone asked me a question about Thomas Partey. If he goes, are we not weakening the squad? Well, we are. We are. John says Pepe, Cedric, Holding, Balogun, probably all going. Tawanda, good evening to you, says the worst Arsenal kit ever, bro. I don't know, you know. I think there are probably other contenders, but bro, what do you think about, if you remember when it came out, the bruised banana kit? I was thinking, what is that, man? And it's a classic, isn't it? It's a classic. Balogun could be next, yeah, and that's what I was thinking. The next Gnabry, Serge Gnabry, it could happen, but maybe we won't sell him to another Premier League team. John, how much will it cost to replace him with a more experienced centre forward? Your guess is as good as mine, man. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, that's a question not for me. That's for John. Right. So just to take a little break from everything, and just to remind you guys that I do other projects, other things, other sideliners. I mean, doing this platform is not my main job. I did have another job until I left because of school. Well, anyway, we shall start again back in September. But I do other projects, and this is just one other project that I actually do. So have a look at this video, and we shall see you in just a few ticks. Enjoy it.
Oh, what was that? What was that?
What was that? Hi, my name is Alex, and as you can see, I earned £40 in cryptocurrency passively. Now, if you want to know how I did it, send me an email at arsenalpublic1@gmail.com, or alternatively, send me a WhatsApp message at 4479493600741. And maybe you too can earn cryptocurrency passively whilst you eat, sleep, drink, have a shower. So there you go. So yeah, so earning some cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency means some money. If you're thinking you would like to know how I did it, again, the information is there. Send me an email at arsenalpublic1@gmail.com. And actual fact, the email is in the description box if you are interested. Right, so on with the show, off with his head. Last few comments here. Junior says, I think Partey and Rice would work well if Partey doesn't go. Junior, I completely agree. I completely agree with you, man. Yeah, but again, it's weird that we've been asking for, a relatively good midfielder who can partner Thomas Partey. Now we've got that player in Declan Rice. It seems like Thomas Partey will be leaving. Make it up. Couldn't make it up. Are you staying up to watch it, Alex? Yes, I will be. I will be. Yeah, because I'm not at work, so I can be up until my heart's content. But I've got to make sure I bring in the washing. The washing's still out in the garden. I've got to finish up the plates as well. No tea, no tea. But yeah, I'll be set up to watch it. Apparently wouldn't like Balogun to leave. If you remember, and Cole left Arsenal and had a wonderful career. This stage of his career, he needs to enjoy playing no matter who it's with. What can I say? There's no doubt about it that Balogun is very, very hungry, very, very ambitious. So why can't we just use that to our advantage? Use it, or you're going to lose it. All right. Are we finished? Are we finished? I think we might have finished now. Just quickly refresh this page here just to double check. Okay. Yeah, I believe that I believe that we have. Oh. I believe that we have finished. Thank you for those notifications there. All right. Yeah, we have come to an end on this evening show over here on Canon Fire TV, where we just spoke about some of the players who could be leaving the shores of Arsenal finally. I mean, personally, I know I've always said that we don't have any room, or we can't have any room for sentiments. But if Rob Holding was to leave, I think it would be a shame because you don't. Can I say he's the ultimate professional? Because you never hear this this player complaining. I mean, there's been some jokes about his hairline. I mean, look at my hairline. I don't even have the hairline. But it would be a shame if we let go of Rob Holding. A squad player. We need squad players. We do. Yeah, and we also spoke about one player that apparently Arsenal and Mikel Arteta and Edu are after, Mohamed Musu, another product of Ajax. That conveyor belt just keeps churning out those players, man. What about our academy? What about our academy? And what else was there? Oh yeah, the foreign Balogun news as well. You know that he's just so cool, calm, and collected. Whatever happens, he's cool. Whatever happens to him at Arsenal, or maybe away from Arsenal. And yeah, again, another player that I think we just need to keep hold of. But it's not down to me, is it? Not down to me. I believe we've got one more comment. Comment. I would keep a Balogun and rather sell Eddie. who is a good striker, but for those mid-table teams. Okay. And one more from the Assembled who says, what's your take on Arsenal at the moment? Is that a question for me, the Assembled, or is it for Tawanda? Is it for me? I think it's probably a question for Tawanda, not for me. And with that said, we've come to an end on this one. Actually, slightly longer compared to the morning show. Morning show? Lunchtime show. And I will be back tomorrow, give you some more live news. Oh, right, it's a question for me. Ah, man, at the moment, what can I say? What can I say? I'll probably have to go for another half hour. I mean, the transfers for me, if I had to give it marks out of 10, I'll probably give it a strong 6. By the mere fact that we have spent a lot of money, £200 million in this transfer window. Kai Havertz, Julian Timber, and Declan Rice. So in that bunch there, we've managed to shell a bucket load of money for one particular player, and that's Declan Rice. So you can see Big Arteta has got the backing, but strike department, the players who still need to be sold. Yeah. Do you know what I will say, Assembled? Let's just wait and see. I know I'm sounding like a broken record. Let's see what happens in the new season. I mean, I've already laid down my marker. I don't believe Arsenal will win the Premier League anytime soon. Last season was the best opportunity for us to win that. But let's just wait and see how the season starts. I'm emboldened to see that we bought players, 3 players. You're in Timber. I'm not sure whether we need to buy a player like that because we've got centre backs. Kai Havertz, I've got a big question mark over Kai Havertz. And Declan Rice, yeah, former captain of West Ham. You know, he brings a lot of leadership qualities, but we need a lot more than just one player. A lot more than just one player. But I'll give it a 6 out of 10. There's still a lot of work to be done. A lot of work to be done. And in regards to the away kit, oh my goodness. Anyhow, last three now, because you kept me on now. I agree that Kai transfer is looking not so good. I'm just not going to, you know what, Kai Havertz for me is not the guy. He is not the one. He is not the one. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean he's not the one? A few years ago when we bought Thomas Partey, I was told that Thomas Partey, he will revolutionise the club. And that, it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Stop, start, injury, stop, start, injury. But Kai Havertz is not the one. He's not the one. I'm not sure what we're looking for with Kai Havertz. Is it that we're trying to flog a dead horse and make him out to be someone that he's not? But then what is Kai Havertz? Is he the one to, you know, I mean, I've seen the stats. He's good at, you know, intercepting and progressing the ball forward. But at the business end, and the business end being scoring goals, that's not his strongest point, is it? But Kai Havertz for me he's not the one. It might just be Declan Rice is the one. I don't know. He could be the catalyst. But they've still got a lot of work to do. And I've spoken on many occasions about a strong number 2 for Mikel Arteta. That hasn't happened. Has he learned his lesson? Plan A, plan A, plan A, plan A, plan A, plan A. What about plan B or plan C? Has he learned his lesson? So the Assembled, the thing is, I want to see how the season kicks off and how it finishes. Because they do say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So Arsenal, they're going through a transitional period where they've got a little bit of experience now in Declan Rice, who's just won that Conference Cup, European Silverware. Kai Havertz didn't do it at Chelsea. You're in Timber, I would say, I won't say he's the one, but I'm hoping for good things, not great things from him, good things. But the player who I want to see go another level is Gabby Martinelli. I believe he might be the one because we've seen with Bukayo Saka what he can do, Erdegaard, Gabby Jesus. But I'm thinking and hoping Gabby Martinelli might be the one. All right, just a couple more because I've been told to keep my voice down. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Alex. Thank you for that. Tyrannosaurus, what would be Colin Wait, I think the last time he came in, I think did he not give a 2? I think. I think he gave a 2 or 2.5. But good evening to you, Tyrannosaurus. We have got our primary target, so kudos to the management. Um, but it's like you've got a balloon full of water, yeah, but the balloon has got holes in all over the place. And that by that I mean, you've got the water in, Kai Havertz, you're in Timber, Declan Rice, but the water coming out is the potential that we might be losing a Thomas Partey. Does not make any sense to me. Partey never had an injury before he came to Arsenal. I know. We've spoken about that so many times over the course of what, 2 or 3 seasons. Why do you think that is? Because we don't manage him. I mean, listen, we know the Premier League is the pace is fast, it's quick, it's more robust than the Spanish league and the Italian league. But then, if you know that, you manage the player a lot better than we have. He cannot play all 38 games in one season. He cannot play all the cup games. Manage him a lot better. So that's what it is. The muscular, the muscular memory is just not there. It's not there in the legs. It's not there. I've got to wrap this up, guys. What everyone is overlooking is Rice has to be bedded in. Xhaka and Partey know what each other's strengths and weaknesses were. That's a very, very good point. Very good point. As Kai Havertz height give me a good ability to head the ball in the back of the net. Good question. I remember when I was watching a video profiling Kai Havertz, and they were saying it explaining why he would be a good fit. Don't look at the stats about the XG, expected goals. It's just what he does in the, let's say, the middle of the park, as it were, the interceptions and looking for the runs and what have you. The final third, he doesn't do the business there. But I don't remember his stats about his heading ability. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm really sorry. How many games do you think Partey should play in? I would say not more than 20, 25. You might sound risky, but not more than 20 games. Not more than 20 games per season. And if you got a youngster like Declan Rice who can do that box to box, not so creative, there's no reason for Thomas Partey to be playing or even asking to play 38 games and then a little bit of cup games. He just can't do it. He can't do it. And there's another stat as well that I saw this morning. Even Man City, a lot of their players don't play 38 games. It's about managing the players, rotation. Guys, I've got to stop. I do have to stop. Thank you so much to you for listening to me over here on Cannon Foyer TV. I will be back tomorrow morning, giving some more live news. Who knows? We might be talking about that Thomas Partey has decided to stay. Yay. Or it might be something else that he's decided to go. Oh. Anyhow. Anyhow. Enjoy yourselves, enjoy your evenings or your morning or your afternoon, wherever you are in this world. And just remember that this over here has been Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.